Right, I thought we'd wait another minute or two, but there are 5 rounds to get through, so I think we might actually just kick it off. Let's have a go. So, this is the second day of the Japan Rapid Chess Champs, which took place here in Tokyo, and we reviewed yesterday, so just a quick recap. Japan Rapid Chess Championship, it's happening over this weekend. It's 15 plus 10, which is my jam for sure. This is not a qualification tournament. You can actually buy tickets to enter. As far as I remember, it was about 150 players, 160 players in, really good. Yesterday we had a look at the first 4 rounds, and now we're going to have a look at the last 5 rounds and see who came out on top. There are a bunch of prizes for the Open, for the Group A, which is under 17. There's also some Tesh.com prizes, which is really cool, some diamond memberships, and a few more kind of smaller prizes for upsets and stuff. So really nice tournament overall. I thought it looked really interesting. Here's the starting rank for the players. So yeah, 119. Let's just see if that changed since yesterday. No, 119 players registered for the tournament. Real nice. And in terms of the games that we can review, we can only review the top 4 boards for every round because those boards are broadcast over the internet, so we can follow those live if we were in time to do it, which we weren't. Or we could just have a look afterwards. And unfortunately, there's no Lichess broadcast for this tournament this time, and I don't really know why, and I don't know where to complain about that. Um, but we're just going to copy the PGN out of chess.com because I prefer to look at the games on Lichess myself. So let's get into it. Round 5, we are going to look at these top boards. Tron versus Yamada, Nanjo versus Alex Auerbach, Jiang Likai versus Tanaka, the Canadian FM was playing, and Nagataki versus Matsumura, who is the junior champion for Japan and also crushing and also like half French maybe. I think he speaks French at the very least. Anyway, so let's go over here. These are the 4 boards we can have a look. Let's first copy out the PGN for Tron's game against Kohei Yamada and drop that straight into Lichess. And let's have a go. Unfortunately here we actually lose the timing of the moves. I think we have it for like the first 2 moves and then it drops off. Something in the format isn't something that Lichess likes, but it's okay. We're not going to worry too much about time management. I mostly just want to have a look at what kind of games were played. In day 1 it was knight f3 for almost every white game. Everyone played knight f3. So we'll see if there's a few differences here. Alright, so Tron, our hero, highest rated player in Japan, is white in this game, but Yaramaro Kohei is also pretty strong. So let's have a look. It's a d4 game, knight f6, knight f3, d5, c3. Okay, interesting. And black, yeah, black plays probably a little bit more principled, just immediately comes at it with c5, I like. And takes. Okay, so white might try and keep this pawn, and black might try and break it down. It's kind of like a reverse Slav kind of thing, right? They played c6, d4. They took the pawn. They can try grab and keep hold with b5. Before a5 might have been a move to stop that from happening. But anyway, there we go. Now a5 comes a little bit late. But I think you can only defend it in so many ways, right? Take, take. Oh, you have to get your knight out. So actually, after here, ooh, you can still defend it with your bishop. I wonder if black can actually get this pawn back so easily. Alright, anyway, not going to do that directly. Just takes back with the pawn without a3 on the board. Yeah, still really nice. b6, probably still proper theory. Yeah, b5, still theory. Bishop d, takes, trades off. And here actually you're supposed to take with the knight. And I guess we're about to find out why. Alright, so it took with the queen. Here comes a4. So I guess if you take here, we're taking back. You can take again. So white's got an outside passer. Black's got just an extra pawn on this side and a bit more development. This is apparently fine for white, but I honestly think that it looks nicer for black. Anyway, we'll see. Takes, didn't take. Okay, pushes pass. So connected passes. Very nice. So both passes, both connected, keeping each other safe. This is also a passer that can be protected, but it's only one passer, so it's maybe a bit easier for white to keep hold, and black now has to be careful about where these guys start running. Alright, c5. c4 makes sense, I think. We can see it was actually still okay for white for a while. Out comes the bishop. Maybe trying to put it on a5 just to block up the pawns, I guess. No. Alright. Dark side bishop gets on the long diagonal. You can double those pawns if you want. And apparently here the best move is bishop c3. Just challenging black's bishop to avoid it getting stuck on that a5 square. But white went with the knight instead. Queen comes over, just covering everything, getting on this diagonal as well. Queen up, knight up. Yeah, there's some great squares here for black to try and barricade these passes. Okay, and we're trying to break through the center. Dislocate the pawns a little bit. Here comes the knight. Takes, and jumps the knight back, maybe trying to blockade in return. Knight out. Oh, we got a little tactic situation here, I guess. Yeah, I can see it already, right? Because, wait. Yeah. Yeah, because you take, and then here, and you check. Oh, sorry. It's this. You check the king, and you get the bishop, and if they block, the bishop falls. If they block with the bishop falls. They block the pawn, the bishop still falls. So. Alright, you kind of have to take that, otherwise you're just down a pawn. Oh wow, and they block with the f pawn. Okay, apparently king g8 is better, just avoiding moving anything on the king's side. So there goes the bishop. Nice little trick for white. They're up a pawn. This doesn't immediately matter, I think. Maybe long term with some knight jumps and stuff, but right now, you know, most of the action is on the queen side, I guess. Knight jump hits the queen. The queen has limited squares to go to. You kind of have to go all the way back here or here to get out, right? Unless you try and push and they take and then you take. But you can't keep that pawn safe, so I don't think that's worth it. Okay, all the way back. Apparently queen c5 was best. Tell me you're not queen... Hang on 1 second. Queen b1. Oh, queen a3 was best. What am I saying? Queen c5. That hangs the queen. Alright, so goes down, blocks with the rook, but apparently that's bad. Yeah, now white comes in. It's got a great little square there, a great little square there, and also blocks off the pawns. Yeah, hits the rook. Rook has to move. Queen comes back up. Opposites. Now if you push this pawn, this guy hangs. King gets out of the way. Here comes the other knight. This is also a nice square. They're also protecting each other, so if you put a rook over, you can try and push maybe. Queen over. Whoa! And here there was a little bit of mistake. You should have played g3 apparently. Okay, so minus 2.4. Black has a chance. They have to play knight d2. Let's see what the engine says. What exactly? They played rook g8 and it's just immediately equal again. Knight d2. Threatening what? Take, you take. Oh, and then mate on the back rank. That's real nice, huh? Oh, so knight d2 is actually just kind of like trying to win time against the rook, but also opening up for the e-file. Damn, difficult to find that. Sacking your queen. So here, if you don't move it... Oh, also you cut off the queen's defense of the f-pawn. I guess that's the main point. Didn't see that. Here's g3, pushes the queen back. Now the knight falls. The queen. Okay, everyone's winning pawns and losing pawns. It's still a draw. And now black's better again. Pushing that pawn, no good. And what you have to do here is you have to play rook c4 and get behind. Oh, sorry, get in front of the queen. Maybe block the queen's access off. All the knights are attacked as well. Okay. But white played a3, hitting the queen instead. Maybe getting on the third rank. I guess queen over. Ooh, okay. Okay, black was going for it. Takes. King over. Oh my goodness. Rook back. What are you threatening here? No, I take for the queen. That's not good, right? Oh shit, and this is just +6. Oh, that's tough. Okay, these guys are defending each other. This pawn can start running. And if you take it with the rook, then this is check. You come back. Oh man, and then this guy can come in. You take back. Here. Oh, well, I'm not sure. I'm not going to try calculate the whole thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you should take the f6 pawn. Come on, I want to see what that's supposed to be. Take the f6 pawn, takes that pawn. Here comes the knight. Oh, okay, you jump it here instead. So you can do that, I guess. Or maybe here. Protects the pawn, hits the rook, takes the rook, takes the queen, takes the other rook. Okay, wow, you just up a million pieces. If you move the rook anywhere, then I just check, you have to take, I check again, you go here, and I take with mate. Okay, but we didn't see that. Well, rook b1, unfortunately, passing, pass pawn protection. Here comes the knight. Oh, with every pawn move, it's better for white. But they have to play a slightly different move. Okay, it's just all great for white now. They've got these extra knights running around, protecting everything, threatening a million forks. This is rapid after all, right? Again, here white was victorious. I wonder if it was time or just giving up because, there's just so much problematic. That guy is hit, so you take everything, then push here, then the queen has to sack herself for the... Oh yeah, okay, so take here, you take back, I take here, and then you can't stop this guy from running. If you come here, what do I do then? Oh, then I go out of the way, and you try to get my pawn, I can check you, and oh, well, yeah, there's just probably no way you can keep safe. Alright, nice one by Tron on board 1. Alright, let's have a look at board 2. Alex versus Nanjo. Import. Nanjo is white. I like Nanjo. Averbach is a nice guy. I don't actually know him very well, but I see him around the Tokyo. He's got kids. He's involved there doing a bit of coaching as well, I think. He's a CM. Nanjo is a FM. Alright. Open Sicilian. Hello, Open Sicilian. G3, this is a dragon. Accelerated dragon by Averbach. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be theory for a while. Trades off the queens. Okay, this is supposed to be just kind of drawish, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Develops everything. Look at this jump by the knight. Interesting. Oh, he's trying to trade off the light squid. Bishops. Okay, doesn't trade. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, black can't castle, but doesn't look like it's actually mattered much. This rook can play on the F file maybe, and this one on the D file maybe. Okay, never mind. Oh, wow, back. Back instead of pushing. Wow, it's difficult to push, isn't it? Apparently this is best, and then you take, I guess you take here, and then you get your rook involved somewhere. Let's see what the best move, b5, takes, king over. Oh, you're just sacking the pawn and getting active. Alright, well, bishop f8 to protect the pawn makes sense, I guess. Alright, now the king goes over anyway. Knight gets pushed back. This is not good. Backwards, e-pawn. Bishop looking at the pawn. This guy's looking at the pawn. Black is getting kind of crushed here slowly. Rook over. Can't connect your rooks because your bishop's in the way. Can't move the pawn. Can't move the knight anywhere. Now the rook's going to have to move at least. Oh, okay. This is just... Black is just getting crushed. This is +4. Almost +5 apparently. This is really tough. Bishop e7 was best, but I mean this looks just so bad. Okay, just protects, defend, tries to get the situation defended. Oh no, white's infiltrating. Goodness me. Yeah, this is a pretty nice situation, right? 2 minor pieces for a rook is pretty tough. Yeah, covers all those squares, just trying to keep things together. Rook's got to move. Got it traded off for exchange. Oh my goodness. Alright. Equal material except for an extra knight. Not so equal at all. Also a better bishop, I guess. This guy's attacking, but it's defended, and this guy's got a bit more space because of that. There drops the pawn. Nothing equal anymore. Black's fighting, but black is crushed. And what a mate! Oh wow, okay. This must have been like really low on time already. Push the pawn, nice little mate found. Knight covers these squares, rook covers these guys, and then boom. Yo, this was really tough. Let's see where we dropped away from theory, because this was all theory for a while. Oh, okay, so this already, taking the knight is definitely not like top move. This is like the fourth move, and it's like 0% of this. Okay, this is the way to play, but apparently this was good for black. King e8 and e6. King e8, so there's still a game here in the Masters Database and Castle. Let's see top leeches. Top leeches, rapid and classical. Yeah, slightly better for black actually. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Wow, they just got absolutely smashed in the corner there. Alright, moving on. Let's look at that overseas FM. Quick look at what they did. Okay, back to the Modest database. So the overseas FM is Jiang Likai. Also doesn't sound Japanese. That sounds the Likai. I don't know. Jiang sounds Taiwanese, Chinese, I guess. And the Likai, I'm not so sure of. Anyway, black is the Canadian FM. E4 game, E5. Okay, little Roy Lopez on the board. Yeah, the A6 is the main line. Okay, I'm just going to keep on moving because this is all pretty theory heavy still. Bishop E3, Bishop C5, yeah, A4 or C3 or D3 is still a move. D6, C3, H6. Yeah, okay, and H3. Yeah, we still got some master games. Castle, Rook E1, Knight B2, Rook E1 is the move. Rook B8, Knight BD, Bishop B6, still some games here. Knight F1, still some games. Knight E7. Okay, we're running out of games here now. There's still a few, but this is no longer quite as... Okay, now we've got only one master game left on the 13. Oh, never mind. We've transposed back. The Morphe defense. Now we've still got a ton of games again. D4, Bishop B7, D5, C6. One game left in the... Okay, still. Takes. Bishop E3, takes. Okay, this is still following. Okay, so here Hakobian versus Kanin in 2002 was Rook C1. Black won that game. Top leeches, we've got Mr. Garrison versus Bernantian Tinambuna. I don't know, this is in 2023. And then at A4. Okay, so there's some kind of situation where you can arise at this situation, and it still looks incredibly drawn. Okay, queens come over, everyone gets a little active with their rooks. This guy's still sitting in the corner. And white says, how about I just mess up your pawn structure a little bit here, try and get this 2v3 and into a 2v1, so long term they might have a passer. That's t-pawn is a backwards pawn. You know, it's going to be a bit harder to get it moving forward. Okay, well this pawn's obviously a goner. Oh, never mind, it's 3 attackers, 3 defenders. Bishop takes, push this bishop back, here comes the other rook. Takes the bishop out. Oh, okay. I think you should take with the rook maybe, but yeah, so black gets a broken pawn structure, but at least they'll be able to push through d5 eventually. It's the queen, gets active, very nice. Oh, and this is a mistake. You should be playing rook c8 here, hit the queen, and then what? Nothing. Queen moves somewhere, maybe here even. Just looking at that square over there. And if you push your rook up, even looking at this square maybe. Okay. Anyway, a5, bit of a mistake, but white didn't find it. Rook is supposed to take here now. This pawn is hanging. No, it's not. Okay, so oh, because the queen's in the front. That's the point. So you can take here, and then the queen's hanging, right? So either white wins a pawn, and black's situation is terrible, or they sack their queen for 2 rooks, and maybe something like this, hitting both of these. That's defended. This is only attacked, only protected once. That might be a way. This rook is also under attack at this point. Yeah, so maybe this is how white continues in this position, but they didn't do that. Rook back. Oh, and they get another chance to do something here. Now they can take one's take. Oh, knight jumps. So what here? You're going to put your queen out of the way. You're just down 2 pawns. Okay, and white decides to push instead. Slightly better was knight takes here, hitting the queen first. Pushes past, gets the knight in the way. Still doesn't take the pawn. Still doesn't take the pawn. Just protects instead. Now finally takes. You can push as well in this situation. Queen up. Getting a rook in maybe. Putting pressure here. Queen over. Knight back. Knight c6 was best. Just trying to push forward and hitting some squares. I guess this is what you're hitting. Knight c6. Queen back hitting the other knight. Saves it. Hits the rook and gets a little fork in. Now you have to stop that pawn and they can defend it. No, this is just slightly better for white the whole time, isn't it? Okay, now check the knight in. Black did get that pawn back. Oh, looks like a potential... Oh! Oh, wow, okay. White not sure what to do. 19 versus... I mean, they're 1900 versus a 2200. Couldn't they just take the draw? I mean, that's a great result, taking a draw here. Black's basically offering it. You just go back and forth. Thank you for the repetition. That's 1, 2, 3. Draw, draw, oh, threefold draw agreed. If you offer a threefold draw, do you have to like write? I think the order is you write down the move you're going to play, and you stop the clock and you call the arbiter. You don't actually play the move. I think. Anyway, they didn't do that. They lost instead. Oh wow. Okay, so here the best move is just to take the rook. Oh, they must be so low on time. They must be so low on time. Okay, instead black just moved their rook back. Oh my goodness. Okay, and here someone finished half and half. Oh, maybe they did offer a draw in this case or something. Because I mean, this is better for black by a lot. But the result says draw, so maybe they offered a draw in this case. Wow. Oh my goodness. Crazy game. Alright, let's have a look at the last one. Okay, I don't know who Nagataki really is, the white player, but I know the black player of this game, the junior champ for Japan for this year. I'm going to open up the window. It is really hot in here. Matsumura Kokoro is, I think, the junior champ. They're 18 or just turning 18 or something. I was surprised. I thought they were older. Right, this one looks like it ended with a blunder. It's close though. 21 versus 20. So 2100 versus 2000, 2000 rated players. So another Sicilian. Okay, not going for an open this. Oh, going for open. Sorry, not going for the knight c6 variation. Okay, okay. I mean, this is going to be heavy theory into the Najdorf, alright? So bishop g5, Najdorf, which I don't actually know what that means. I know this is one of the big lines here. Bishop e3, bishop g5, bishop e2, h3, bishop c4, f3. But e3 and g5 are the two big ones. Alright, f4. Yeah, this is a nice aggressive situation. Queen b takes the knight, takes the queen, and then pushes f5. This is a move. It's apparently good for black though. Alright, knight c6, and this is not a move. This is not a... I don't know. White's kind of making up their plans as they go along. Let's see if someone in top leeches plays this. No one plays this. No one in master or top leeches really plays this. Okay, so interesting new move by white. Just getting out of that theory. Black gets a lot of space. White cleans up their pawns for them a little bit. That does open this diagonal maybe, if it matters. Not sure what this guy is doing. Stopping the bishop from coming there? We'll see. Okay, now the bishop can still come there. Hits the pawn. Bishop defends all the pawns. Queen's coming back onto the open file. Castle's long. Oh wow, this is both castle long. This is some exciting stuff. Bishop e8, even though this, like, your pawns are just half open file. Black's pawns are just absolutely crazy. Alright, queen back, trying to reroute to the other side. Okay to trade off. Oh, now it takes the knight. Apparently better was to just play bishop e2. It's, okay. It's the bishop. Alright, so both light square bishops. Black's got an interesting pawn structure. Although I would say this makes their king look a lot safer because these pawns are not pushing forward. And this is kind of like blocking up the center of the board a little bit. So it's a bit harder for white to actually get at the king. Alright, here comes the queen hitting some rooks. Protects the file, gets the other rook over. In comes the queen again. Black continues looking aggressive. Putting pressure, takes a pawn. Okay, this now looks great for white, but apparently the engine says it's all similar. But you have to play bishop b7. a3 not best. And, oh, okay, b3 not best. Apparently you're supposed to play queen e2. Queen e2. I mean, obviously, so the point is, I guess, if they take just nothing, your bishop can sit here. There's not going to be a lot of attacking for black down these files just yet. At least not in a way that makes sufficient progress, I guess. Alright, blocked it up. Alright, it's all equal, it's all a draw. Chess is a draw. Oh, slightly better for white again. Attacks that backwards pawn. Now this goes with check though. Yeah, they did take it. That's very nice. Checks again. Oh, and this is a mistake. You have to block with the other rook. So why is that a mistake? If you block with this rook, this guy, and then hit, and then here. Okay, I think I figured it out. And if you go this way, then the bishop can take, and if you go here, you can block off again. Okay, so that's probably what it is. Oh, there we go. Bishop back. Oh! Okay, and a massive mistake by white. Okay, so all they have to do here is rook c, attack that pinned rook, take everything. This bishop's also defending this rook backwards, and instead they hung mate in 2. Queen takes c2, and it's GG on the next move. Oh wow, Nagataki must have been so unhappy because they were doing really well. They were having a really nice game. Time makes fools of us all. Alright, where was I? Here we go. Okay, so that was round 5. So go back to the results. Now round 6. So Tron is on 5, Nanjo's on 5, Tanaka's on 4.5, as is Jiang Likai. And then Sharma Samir, I don't know who that is either. Yamara Kohe is still here, Matsumura Kokoro is still here, and Tapaleka Bahadur. Oh cool, the Nepalese player is here. That's flippin' awesome. Alright, cool. So mostly Japanese federation, but there's one from Canada and one from Nepal, which is just super cool. Oh, they're very low rate today, like 1800 versus all these like 20 something, 22, 23, Crazy stuff. Okay, so let's have a look what happened. What was that, where was I now? Oh, what am I doing? Round 6, right? Okay, round 6, let's have a look. Round 6. Oh, so... Oh man, Tanjo and Nan have played each other just a million times, I'm sure. I mean, all the top people in Japan play each other at every tournament basically, because they all end up playing each other after a while, regardless of what the seedings were. Alright, so Nanjo, I'm voting for Nanjo in the black here because I like the way they play more than I like the way Tron plays. Tron is a lot more positional, a lot more kind of stable and careful in building. Nanjo tends to be a little bit more explosive, which I quite like. Okay, so we're voting for black. Let's go. Very symmetrical. A5, not symmetrical at all. A5 is A5 is just not really theory, hey? Like, there's like 2 master games here. And it's Vidit and Yu Yang Yi and Tabitabai versus Andreken. Okay, at least I know these names. Oh, the Vidit Yu Yang Yi game is actually from last year. Okay, bishop e4, bishop e5, and close off. And white's playing in London. And black is just all over the place. I don't really know. Okay, let's see if this is still in the top leeches database, because there's nothing here. Okay, yeah, there's 3 games here, black 1. Well, there's 2 games here, black 1. Okay, now we're back into a few more. Yeah, there's nothing for masters anymore. Queen out, rook a7, a4. Yeah, there's still a game here. Black won that one. Never mind, we're done. h6. Okay, so this is not really like the reverse London, but kind of. You know, they've got a little cubby for the bishop. Nice little pressure like that. The other bishop here. They kind of have to find a way to push, although with a4 and d4 on the board, both pawn breaks are kind of semi-covered, you know? Alright, knight out, opposes, yeah, this is classic London stuff. Castles, bishop e2, rook over to e8, looking to push potentially. Knight covering the break, attacking, so everyone trades off. Okay, takes with the bishop, so when you take here you can get this square, maybe put the knight there, I guess. Yeah, if they took back with the bishop, I'd probably end up taking with the knight though. And then put this knight here? I don't know, we'll see. Alright, queen gets out of the way, other knight jumps back. Nice little square for white to use with their knight, yeah. Alright. It's basically just a reverse London versus a London, you know. Now 2 knights versus 2 bishops, never mind. A knight and a knight versus a knight and a bishop. f4 I like. Try to trade rooks, white says no. Attack the queen again. Lovely square for the knight to go to on e5, a4. Bishop, keep the bishop. Breaking with f6. Takes with the queen. So backwards e-pawn, but pressure. No real pressure that I don't know. Shouldn't you have taken with the... Maybe not the knight, with the pawn? I don't know. Are you trying to break further? Maybe not. Alright, here comes white, trying to break open. It's the pawn, you take back, I'm going to put my knight there. Oh no, hang on, this guy's going to hang. So you take, I'm going to take this way and get my knight on c and e4. Protects it, rook back, queen over. Okay, and here's the first sign of someone actually having a slight advantage. So slightly better for white, but it's still really equal. Never mind, equal again. Rook left, like it. c5. Lots of dancing. Hey, queen back. Okay, white's making moves on the king's side. They've got a rook lifted, they've got their bishop out there. These knights are looking pretty good, but, you know, especially the knight on c5. It looks more like it's stopping the pressure than doing anything by itself. And white looks a little bit better just because they've got all their pieces coming this way. Pawn's weak, rook has to go over, trades off the bishop. Okay, so great one for black, probably trading off the bishop, and indeed the engine says they're slightly better. Get the king over, get the queen in there. Okay, oh, and black's just better here. So apparently knight f3 is a good move here for white. And then, I don't know, you run your queen away somewhere. Which way do you run away? Probably here? It's kind of difficult. You're probably going to end up putting your queen here just to try trade off, or I mean, this knight's stopping your queen from running away even. Tough one. Anyway, f5. Now the bishop, and now you've got g, because they don't have their attackers on that square yet. Opens up on the e pawn a little bit, also the f pawn. Defends it, attacks it, defends it, brings in the queen. Nice trade for black. This is looking pretty good for black overall, right? Oh, okay. Here, rook ae8. I guess pressure here if I move my knight, or if you take, I take with my rook. Huh. Yeah, I guess I take with my rook here. Anyway, there's a line here, rook e1. Push the other pawn, defends, trades off. covers the back file. And in this case, I guess the knight has to jump somewhere. Or you have to take and just get like an equal situation on the pawns that way. Still looks good for black though. I like black's general situation. It's looking pretty good. G4, rook over, getting that rook in a little bit more aggressive. Okay, bringing the kings over. White's running all their pieces to that side, and black's coming in with their king. Very nice. Importantly, not dropping that because then this protects. Bishop attacking everything. Not trading. Oh, this drops a pawn, but you have to take. Oh no. Rook E, and after you move your rook, where are you moving it to? You have to move backwards. Do you take there then? Or you move it backwards and I come in onto the row probably. Takes back, green, back, doubling up, little check. Oh, it's got more like aggression, you know, but it's still so much activity. Trading off many rooks. Ooh, okay, so 4v3 pawns, triple passes on the king side, connected passes over here, and that pawn's obviously not going anywhere. And this is actually completely equal. It looks like white's doing pretty great though. Alright, they can't defend this pawn though. Alright, so now it's equal pawns. It's the king. Importantly, the king's not trying to do anything silly, I guess. You can do this. Oh, flippin' hell. You can do like this. It's the king has to go where? Like here? And you can have it there and take this or something. Pushes. Oh, and this is losing. This is losing, but you have to play rook f1 and push the king forward, and then we'll check him with the knight. Have to go up. Oh, and then this, I guess. Takes here, 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 somewhere. Crashing. I'm assuming. Okay, anyway, they took the pawn instead, and now they lost. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, now white's lost again. Oh, so now it's equal again. I have to play king e1. Oh, getting out of the range of any checks. Pushes instead, here comes the check. And in this case, white was victorious, even though it's a draw. It must have been time. It must have been time. Here, you go here. Knight h6. Otherwise, I guess I take here. Here you come back. No. What's black doing in this position? Oh, I'm actually really not sure. Check him and then take... No, you can't. This guy's running. How is black keeping alive in this position? Knight e4. Queen. Knight d2. Oh, okay. Knight e4, queen. Knight d2. And if you go here... Knight f3 blocks me off mating 1. Oh, very nice. Okay, so it's a draw because black can kind of keep white's king jumping back and forth. That is tricky. But anyway, that didn't happen. White was victorious after knight h6. Fair enough. Okay. Canadian FM. Let's quickly have a look at what happened in this game. We might have to speed up a bit and just see the kind of trends. I don't really have time to go through all the detail. Okay, looking pretty symmetrical right now. Fianchettos. Okay. Now d4. I mean, this is a King's Indian defense versus something. Okay, so Sharma Samir just playing very solid, getting the King's Indian on the board. Breaking with e5, takes, e4. This is just all equal. Very nice. Knight c4. Oh, and it's immediately a mistake. Oh wow, okay, they just didn't recover. So the move here is bishop f8 apparently, which I don't think is the norm. 8. It's not something that I think people would be super familiar with. Alright, so they came with knight h5, probably trying to push the f pawn. But now the queen gets in. Your queen is a little bit on the weak side of life. And if you don't trade, what's happening? I've got 4 attackers on this pawn. You run away, and you've got 3 defenders. So I just take the mid pawn, slightly better, I guess. Let's see. Queen d3, knight x, queen d2. Okay, basically we're going to end up taking the middle pawn, and that's just really good for us. So take takes. There's some more master game here. Rook d8 was the move in that game. Rook d8, knight g5. Lots of pressure here. Rook f, rook ad. Alright, here instead of rook e8, and this is another blunder, unfortunately. 3 defenders on that mid pawn. Is this just going to be a really juicy fork with something else happening here? Nope. Slower than that. Oh, very nice. Jumps out of the way, takes, and then gets both of the guys on the diagonal. That is tough. Miniature for white. Really, really strong. Here, bishop f8. I would have struggled that. That move did not come to mind for me either. Kohei Yamada. Kohei Yamada versus Jiang Likai. Okay. Don't really have a favorite here. Well, white just crushed though. It was 21 versus 1900. English. Okay. King's Indian defense basically. This is the anti-Grunfeld. Interesting. Anti-Grunfeld. Yeah, so this is just the King's Indian defense with the pieces up. Orthodox, very standard. E5 break, closes off. A5, bishop outputting the knight, defends the knight. Knight back, can play here, can play a lot of knights over on that side of the board. Okay, ooh, very nice. This looks a little bit, what's it, half Averbach-y. It isn't. Move order has changed, but it looks a bit like it. White coming with their pawns, I like it. Ooh, okay, I should actually think about this in the future. So you take once, and then you push past. I don't normally push past. I guess it's because you have this. You can take this knight if they push their pawn. And if they give you time, you might even be able to push this pawn up first. Yeah, take the knight. Blocks up their defenses. Also defense here. Now you can take. Real nice. Okay, not too quick to push forward anymore. Takes the light square bishop off the board first. Lots of pressure line. Castle. Bishop and pawn. Doubles up, hits the queen. It's the queen again. Oh, hang on. 90F. Oh, this was just apparently crashing. Okay, well, you just have so many chances to fork that. Takes there, and this is mate in 3. Oh, I love a little mate in 3 action. Here, 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 here. Nope. Takes, 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 takes. Nope. The fact that they're covering this square makes it a bit tricky, doesn't it? Takes up. Check. Oh, okay, then you have to take and check again. That's basically what's happening. So takes, check. Okay, and they resigned. Nice little mate in 3 though. Okay, but they didn't really stand a chance. That was really tough. That was really tough. Okay, and we are going pretty fast, but I'm just trying to see what's going on. Oh, a draw for the Nepalese player. They must be quite strong. Let's go over here. Must be quite strong actually, a little bit underrated. I wonder if they're actually quite young. Let's see if we can find their FIDE profile. Um, this looks right. No, not calculations. Profile's fine. Profile's fine. Any chance there's a photo? There is. I have never seen that picture. I have no idea what that is. Oh, this rapid rating seems incorrect as well. Maybe that's not them. I know. Oh, 1877. That is correct. Wow, okay, that is them. Alright, so Matsumura Kokoro is white, e4. It's an Alekhine defense. Very nice. Actually, this happened in my teammates' game today. They did this. I think takes with a knight? Takes with a pawn? I don't remember what they did. One of these. And then my teammate was black and they kind of didn't know their own opening very well. Unfortunate. Takes once, bishop out, pawn out. Very nice still. That's a theory here. Knight c, nice castle, bishop 6 onto that diagonal. Bishop b1 is a move. The main move normally is b3. Otherwise, bishop e3, defending this pawn. Defending this pawn a little bit. Gets out of the way to defend the pawn with the queen from the back. Look over, and now we go with b3. Okay, and here we're out of the Masters database as well. So let's see if there's someone playing this in top league chess. That would be a no. Alright. Okay. This looks a little bit Grunfeldy, doesn't it? Where you entice them to play f3 and kick your bishop. Coming onto that diagonal. It's the bishop. Okay, so that d-pawn's not going anywhere, but neither is the other d-pawn, hey? This is slightly better for black the whole time. Yeah, still slightly better for black. Not amazing, but, you know, the fact that white has lost their opening advantage. Opens up the file, gets pressure, maybe break with b5. Bishop back first, doubling up, gets off the second row. Very nice. Knight's coming over to b5 to block off the pawns. Takes, trades off the rooks. Hits the knight and doesn't really do anything else. Also, it stops it from going here, but clearly you can still go there, and they do. Alright, queen up. Now you've got a little check over there. Don't really have too much else. I guess you can put some pressure on that knight. Oh, they take with the pawn. Oh, to keep more defense here. I was expecting this. Maybe this, I don't know. Taking with the pawn, interesting. Maybe they're trying to push it through. Knight jump, slightly better for black. Now it's equal. b5 finally for white. Oh, and just a blunder. What did we miss? Oh, this. I take and you can't take back with your knight hangs. Unfortunate. Takes the bishop. Oh, hello. Okay, what you had to play here is queen b6 and threaten to get a passer. Also the queen's hanging. Takes, bishop has to go back, take the other pawn as well. And then just slowly push, like dominate the position, I guess. You're up 2 pawns that are connected passes. The bishop can stop the queening pawn, but it can't hit the... Oh, hang on. Why are you not taking there? How many chances did you have? Bishop's hanging. Fair enough. Still not taking. Oh, the point, I guess, is here. Then I do this. Then it doesn't really matter where you go. Then I do this. Here, trade. And basically I can put a pawn there and keep it there. And if you move your knight, I queen it. Alright, anyway, that didn't happen. They took back and now it's a draw again. They got that passer. Got a second queen. Take, draw. Wait, was that real? No, this is a draw. Okay, this queen d4 situation didn't happen. It was a draw. Maybe they just moved the queen for the fun of it. Draw agreed. Well done, black. Goodness me. Unlucky for white, they didn't find the idea. Alright, so that was round 5. That was round 6, apologies. Now for round 7. So Tron is still in the lead with 6. The Canadian FM is in 5.5 behind him. 4 players on 5 and 2 on 4, and a lot of them 4.5 actually as well. Okay. Let's quickly jump into those games. Round 7. Tron versus Tanaka Tyron Rank. So they're playing someone who's the only player who's actually doing well enough to catch them with a full point. And I already saw the result now, they drew them, so I do wonder if they were pressing for a win here or if they were just trying to keep just that one step ahead. Because at this point in the ratings, there's 6 out of 6 rounds. They've won every game. So if they draw here against the second leading player, no one can catch them. They're going to be on 6.5 out of 7 with 2 rounds to go, and the best anyone else can have is 6. So they're still leading. Alright, anyway, so let's look at Tanaka White. They're the one that's pressing for a win here. A little Alekhine action. I like d5 myself. Knight f6 and e6 directly. Okay, but this is not... I don't like the Barman variation without the light square bishop coming out. It's less fun. This is a way more like relaxed version to play the attack. Okay, still a few moves here. Now we're out of master database. Oh, actually black had 2 massive chances to win. I just couldn't quite find it, I guess. Okay, lots of pressure. Finally trades off. So 3v2 on the queen side for white. Black's got an extra e-pawn. Same colored bishops, lots of knights and rooks still on the board. Never mind, there goes one of the knights. So black goes for some imbalance. Maybe late game they can try and make it into something real. It's the knight, nice little rerouting. Oh, and this is apparently just not good. Oh, because I can take. Nope, that can't be it. Take once. And what, move my knight move my rook out of the way? That's not the best move. The best move is bishop takes. Nope, sorry. The best move here is rook c7. Okay, just getting out of the way. Then they have to jump, and then you jump in, hitting the bishop. Oh wow. Yeah, you get two minors for a rook. This is apparently pretty good for black. Anyway, they took back, then they moved back. White also was not supposed to take back with the pawn. They were supposed to take with the bishop. So black's nice, just getting way too active. That's kind of what the problem is. Oh my goodness, yeah, everything's very active. And here black threw away their chances. Rook d5, just going after the pawn. If you defend it, we take, I guess. Maybe take this way even. Okay, they took there instead. But they dropped their e-pawn. Still slightly better. Here comes the second chance now. Rook c1 check first was better. Rook c1 check. King up. Another check. All the way back to defend it. Okay, very nice. This is still just slightly better for black or minus. Okay, oh my goodness, black's king is just marching up the board completely. Hits the rook. Also hits the knight. Knight jumps first. Takes the rook. Takes the fork. Everyone hits everyone's pawns. Black defends their pawn. And they're completely crushing here. They're just up a pawn, but they're also way more active in both their piece and their knight. H up. And here you have to take. This is a draw. Now it's a draw. Because of that. Ah, man. Okay, hang on. So they were supposed to take the pawn. And then white... Oh, okay, because if white takes, black just runs in. And, you can't defend your other pawn anymore. This guy's going to go running. Oh, wow. No way, black couldn't... Well, maybe this is because it's not classical, they couldn't find this. Alright, so still up a pawn. Never mind. Still up one pawn, can't get it in time. GG, draw agreed. Fair enough. Yo, they had their chances though. Jorge Yamada versus Nanjo. I do want to watch Nanjo's game, even if I don't watch the rest of everything. Nanjo and Trans games will definitely go onto the list. I do like what they do a lot. Nanjo on the white, let's see. Open Sicilian. Yeah, this is looking Najdorfy. It is. It's the English Najdorf attack. The Najdorf English attack. Okay, this is going to be a bajillion lines of theory. There's so much here, so let's just... Okay, finally we're out. Castling here, knight g5 is the main move. Pressure on the weak pawn, queen d7, then other queen up, pressure and things. Castling is not, and now we're currently out of... Woo! Out of theory. Oh, can I please click on the top leeches? Here we go. Okay, now we're out of theory completely. These guys stuck by this pawn. Black's got a fun pawn structure in the center. Could push through at some point. Queen up. Okay, now there's a little bit more again. Only in top leeches though. Okay, rook over. Oh, and immediately just a mistake. If you play d5 here, if you take, they just take back and start crushing you, I guess. Maybe they push first. Yeah, because that take would be a queen as well, so you can't take... Anyway, they could probably just do this and have nice little... No, there's got to be something else here, probably. I'm guessing you push past. EX. No, you do take... Isn't this double defended? Oh, double attacked, apologies. What am I missing? Knight f6 takes another pawn. Oh, the rook starts hanging. Okay, yeah. The problem is that the rook is unprotected. Never mind. Trades off. Very aggressive for black. I kind of like the knights and the pieces. This bishop just has to like make a plan here. White counter-attacks on the queen side. Let's liquidate many pieces and pawns. Oh, and again, good for black. Queen gets pushed, but they had to play c4 here. Opening up here. Maybe you're supposed to put your bishop over there. Hit the knight. Once the knight moves, you can push the pawn again or something like that. Anyway, didn't happen. Oh, there's also... Check here, queen out. Maybe something like that. Alright, queen needs to really find a way to leave. Good for white. Oh, f3 is best, just protecting the center. Okay. Oh my goodness, massive blunder by black. There's just too many pieces coming in. Okay, this is a... Oh! They are crashing off the c4. Queen and all the pieces are coming in and just crashing the king. You can take there, you've got this guy running. Your king still has a little exit square. 91 and now white is winning. Attacks the knight. You can go back, but what? Oh, hang on. Check here. Check. You've only got this square, I guess. Check. Queen has to block, and then maybe take with the queen, I guess. Mate. Oh, wow. Yeah, let's see. Let's do this. Mate in something. No, not mate in something. What happens after this? Oh, it's check first. King c1. Okay, you have to keep on trying to get the king under attack. Alright. Moving along. Keep moving along. Hey, Martin. Yeah, sorry, if I open up the engine, the connection just drops. I want to start speeding up a bit more because there's just so many games. And I want to see Nanjo and Trans games from the end. Round 8. They're still on the top two boards. Hang on, let's just jump over to round 8. Also, because I have to go to bed at some point, unfortunately. Tron and I'm playing here, so 6.5, lots on sixes. Tron is still leading, only by half a point though. Let's see, this is Tron versus Alex Auerbach. Let's see. Oh, oh my goodness, can I just get the import game open? There we go. There we go. Let's see what Alex tried to do. Okay, close Sicilian. Oh wow, with F4 immediately. Nice and aggressive. Okay, no one's taking everything. Trades off. Black's just kind of like, cool man, let's trade. Trade. Look at them really trying to get that trade in. Takes backwards. Now you have to take back, take again, take here with check. Castles long. Who's better in this situation? This is not a master game. There is still one here in the top leeches trader base where white won. Yeah, slightly better for white. Oh wow, did Alex actually take this? Finished white victorious. Yeah, Alex actually took this. What a crazy game. Nice on Alex. Okay, trades off. Oh, that was apparently incorrect. You can't take because the knight forks. Careful not to take. Oh, this is actually quite an imbalance. 2 minus versus a rook. And 1 extra pawn. Oh, that was a mistake. Interesting. Oh, it blocks the bishop from... Oh, this is also a massive mistake. Oh my goodness, white's just running for it. That passer's just running. Oh, they've got another passer. Oh my goodness. Here. You go there. Just keeps on going. You're not in time. Here, you have to stop that pawn. If you go here, you're not in time. Okay, hang on here. No, I can hit you like this. I can keep on pushing this way as well. Wow, crashing. +7. White is victorious. Well done. Alex Auerbach taking down Tron. Not something you expect on every time. Maybe we should just look at the results and see if we can see. Oh, here's a draw. And here's 2 of the same game. That was clearly a mistake. Let's just see how Nanjo drew quickly. Oh, nice upset for Alex. Amazing result. Very impressed. Nanjo's white. Okay. Getting to the Queen's Gambit. This is like an open Catalan, actually. Yeah, Catalan Open, this is what it is. Jumps the knight. Black's up a pawn, but it's kind of hard to keep the value of it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so 2v1 for white. Black's got an extra pawn on the center. Catalan styles. Okay, yeah, this was very equal. Right until the bottom part. Trades off. Activity. Pushing that past. Well, not a pass pawn. Pushing that pawn to attack the other ones. Blocks up some pawns. Oh, just blocking everything. Oh, this was apparently not good. Rook dd8. Just going back this way and trying to cover the c file maybe. Alright, incredibly safe play. Oh, maybe Nanjo saw that it was happening. No, they can't. I don't think they would have had the time. Maybe they just didn't have anything. Anyway, to make progress. Yeah, lots of back and forth. Draw agreed. No way. I don't know, b5 is probably trash. This was already, I think, an agreed. 1, 2... Okay, and 3... Oh, okay, and then they tricked. They tricked him and they went into this way and then they drew anyway. Okay. So that was a draw. Fair enough. So in that case, draw, and then the other guys won. So wow, suddenly this was still really hard fought into the last round, I guess. Alex is now on 7, the leader. Tanaka and Tron and Matsumura is on 6.5. And Nanjo. Okay, so if Averbach draws or wins, he wins the tournament. And he's like the 7th rated, the 7th seed. Well done. Okay. And clearly if any of the other 6.5s win, they would be probably winning if he doesn't. Okay, so let's see what his final game looked like then. Round 9. Ah, he wasn't able to win. That is super unfortunate because crushing it. Let's have a look. That was a very, very nice result. But against the Canadian FM, it seems they were just not able to get it done. Alright. Oh, interesting. E6, D5. Basically a French, even though nothing else is on the board. Queen's Gambit invitation. Rio Catalan declined. Now this is just like a English Catalan. Semi-Slav versus Catalan. Basically, right? That's what you're seeing. Knight E4. Playing like little offbeat lines and stuff the whole time. Oh, nice. And I like this. This is like the Stonewall Dutch, obviously, the Stonewall structure. Um, this specific setup itself without this knight still sometimes feels to me like the Pillsbury knight as well. Okay, we still have a lot of bastard names here. Knight D. Okay, so oh yeah, so basically in classic Stonewall fashion, white is trying to put their knights on D and F3 to cover the E5 square. Ooh, not good. Asking to win a pawn and take the defense away. Black's got kind of a weird structure. This guy's semi-hanging. This is an isolated pawn. King's in the middle. Light square bishop doesn't know where to go. Stonewall backwards pawns are still there. That's unfortunate. Queen gets pushed around. Takes off the knight. And jumps out. So if you castle, I can get a story. Oh my goodness. Yeah, white's just crushing them. Unfortunate. On the diagonal with the king. Try not to trade queens. Still, just up 2 pawns at this point, right? And a very open king. Check. Trying not to draw the queens. Okay, up 1 pawn. Oh! Mate in 17? No goodness, I don't think we found that. Let's see if we can find the mate in 17. No, that's definitely not it. Maybe that means because you have to like queen your f-pawn or something, that's why it's so many moves. Yeah, looking to do a little checky over there maybe. Queen over, check there. And here white was victorious. Black ran out of time, I guess. This is coming. King can go here, but then you've got this. And it's a nice little fork from the back. Okay, Averbach threw the towel in, didn't continue. Let's see what else happens in the last round. Tron also won. Nice, versus Matsumura. Let's see what Tron's game looked like. Wow, this rapid tournament was way closer. In the classical tournament, the classic champs, Tron was just like ahead by 1 point, by 1 or 2 points, like with the round. They won with a round or 2 to spare. They were just crushing it. D4 versus D4. Again with this D4 C3 situation. Okay, I mean this is not theory, this is just a strange ass London kind of thing. No master or... Okay, here we go. Okay. Now this is just a train transposition into London basically. Yeah. Likes getting that knight in there. Whoa, takes the knight. That is dangerous. If you've got a knight like that, taking with another knight and getting the pawn stuck up there is very uncomfortable. Never recommend it. Oh wow. King up. Knight f3 was apparently better. And what if you take the pawn? Bishop h7. Bishop h7, king, knight g5. Oh wow, there's just a lot going on here. I'm not going to try and analyze all of that. I'm just interested to see that you defend with your queen. Dropping the pawn is apparently best. Black's expanding. Nice little break. White says cool. Oh wow, okay. Black's just slowly collapsing here. Again, Tron is just such a good positional player. Just slowly crushing. Like, look, the pawn structure, the silly king on e2, but it's +5. Just crushing. Oof, oof, oof. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're coming in for the mate. This is amazing. Oh wow, I wonder if they... This is made in 7. 6, okay, if you take it's made in 4. Take again, and there it's mate. Wow, what a great mate. Yeah, I mean, Tron's just so strong. Okay, let's just have a look then at what the final results were. So in this round, yeah, Alex lost to Tanaka. They had a chance to actually take the tournament. That's really unfortunate. Tron beat Matsumura, Kobayashi, Atsuhiko. Oh, we've actually seen them way at the start, but they kind of fell out and now they came back. Nanjo won, so 7.5 for them. So they must be shared lead then, actually. Yeah, so there's 3 leaders, Tanaka, Tron, and Nanjo. And then Yamada Kohei and Alex Auerbach on 7 right behind them, as is Kitagami Shaw. And we didn't even see this player on the top boards at all, and they're going to come in tied second on main points. Let's see final standings. Final ranks. Final ranking crossed over after 9 rounds. Okay, so based on tie breaks, Tron still takes it. Then Tanaka, then Nanjo, then Alex. Yamanaki, Tagawa, Matsumura, Nagata. Very good. Oh, this Nepal player coming in 10th. It's really good stuff. What was their seed here? Starting rank 24. They did great. Well done. Really, really well done by them. Well, that's really good. I'm so impressed. Let's see. Are there any results written out here? I'm guessing there's no results there. Here, there might be some results somewhere like this. This is total results. News? There won't be any news. Where might we find something? Maybe NCS Chess Japan. Maybe on the feed for what do you call it? NCS Japan? Japanese Chess Federation? How do I find them here? Japan Chess Federation. Let's see if they posted anything. Street chess. No. Yeah, okay, here's the Rapid Champs. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Nice. Okay, chess results we already saw. Let's have a look at the 2 fighters that posted. This is Tron. He takes first. He's crushing. He's a little bit short, I guess. Well, that's good stuff. And let's see if we... Okay, Alex is really easy to recognize. Tron, Nanjo. This is Yamada Kohei, I think. This is the Nepalese player. And I'm not sure who these 3 or this guy are. It's not Kokoro. This is this is Tanaka probably, the guy who's the Canadian Federation. I'm still not sure. These guys might be the under 17 or like the Group A winners. Really nice with the plucks though. That's pretty good. Nice stuff. Yeah, congrats. Okay, so that was it. That was the results. Really good. I was so very impressed with some of the games there. Still really strange that like first day everyone went F3 the whole time, not F3. Alright, we're gonna call it here. This was a significantly longer stream than I expected because I thought I would just look at a few of the games, but there's so many games to look at. But anyway, that was nice. And another tournament in the books. So congratulations to Tron again. Really nice upset win by Averbach for that one. I wonder if there's... They'll release a statement still, like a newsletter. I'm curious about the upset wins and stuff like that. Who's got all of those secondary prizes, which is like these guys, upset win, the biggest rating difference. Alex's one is pretty good. That's like 300 and something points probably, right? Yeah, that's pretty good indeed. Okay, but we'll see the results another time. Martin, thank you very much for hanging out. If anyone else came past to watch, I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy. This is not super popular, but I really like having a look at what's happening locally. I'm really looking forward to being in the tournament again myself, but while I can't, I can at least have a quick look at what the tournaments are happening if we have some of these games online. So, see you guys in the next one, and yeah, until then, be safe and take care. Bye bye.